Hello everybody and welcome to my channel 100% Pure Elvis. We are now entering 2025. Happy New Year everybody, and whatever you did, I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish every single one of my subscribers a happy and healthy 2025. Now again, this is going to be a bigger and better year for 100% Pure Elvis. I am looking at gaining more subscribers, interacting with you all more, doing live feeds. I have recently been asking what's your preferences when it comes to longer videos, shorter videos. Thank you all for commenting on that upload. I really do appreciate it. And again, I have had a wide range of my subscribers come back at me and say some of them prefer shorter videos, some other people prefer the longer videos. Again, thank you all so much for your feedback on that. And again, I just wanted to say my Christmas was spent with my husband and my family. New Year, really didn't do too much, spent it at home with my husband. I've been at work today, and again, I thought I really wanted to get an upload shared with you all on New Year's Day. On my last upload, when I wished every single one of my subscribers a Happy New Year, I was also asking what you would like to see more of. And I've had feedback on my magazine collection. Again, my magazine collection that I do have, I have done multiple reviews on. So again, if you are looking at watching me do magazine reviews, more than welcome to return to my 100% Pure Elvis channel, and you will see I do page by page reviews on them Elvis magazines. But what I have been asked to do by some of my subscribers is just to share the magazines that I actually own in my collection. Again, that upload would take far too long. I have so many magazines on Elvis Presley. You're probably looking at 250 as a rough estimate. Beside me, so I'm in my bedroom. On my bed beside me, I've got like a big plastic box, which I'm hoping you can just about see. Yeah, you can see. There you go. In that plastic container, I've got Elvis Presley magazines. What I'm going to do on this upload today, I'm just going to share with you a select few, if you don't mind. And again, I have showcased these before individually. Sometimes I have showcased them together as well. This will be the first time I have shared them all together. Most of the magazines that I'm just about to showcase with you all are now out of print. But if you are looking at adding any of these to your collection, I would always say go online to the publisher who have published the magazine just to see if there still is any back copies available. You might be really lucky there. Also eBay. Always try eBay as well, because again, you can go to eBay and you can find a lot of these magazines being sold by sellers. And there's also another selling site called Vinted. Try Vinted as well. Again, you might be in luck if you try Vinted as well. But let's make a start on a selection of my Elvis Presley magazines. Again, this is mainly for my new subscribers who haven't seen these as yet. Most of my subscribers would have seen these magazines shared before. But again, I still hope you thoroughly enjoy what I'm sharing here. So they're in no particular order. I'm just going by what's in the box. So the first one is a tribute to Elvis. Again, great. I've had this for a number of years in my collection. And this is from trying to find a publisher for you. Future Publishing. which is down here. So again, maybe type in future publishing online, and hopefully they might still have back copies of this. But it's a lovely magazine on Elvis. They actually, in the United Kingdom, this is called a bookazine because it's bigger than a magazine, but not as big as a book. But nevertheless, it's a great magazine on Elvis. Inside, it has over 150 pages. So a good sized magazine, a tribute to Elvis. The next, Life, Remembering Elvis 30 Years Later. This should still be available as a back copy. This is through, again, let me check, Life magazine. So again, go to Life magazine online and type this in. Hopefully you might be able to get a copy. One of my favourite early images of Elvis here. On the back, again, a 1950s image of Elvis. And again, it's a beautiful magazine on the life of Elvis Presley. So 30 years later, this is from 2007, it has 144 pages inside. Life, Remembering Elvis 30 Years Later. Next, we have, it's from the magazine Uncut. So I don't know if that is a magazine that's available worldwide, but Uncut Legends Collector's Edition Elvis. So this is a number of years old. I've had this in my collection for quite a while now. And again, great image of Elvis on the front there. And it says, The Amazing Story of the King of Rock and Roll. And again, godlike, from Memphis to Vegas, the greatest Presley pics ever seen. And on the back, it's just showcasing a recent Clint Eastwood release. Uncut Legends Elvis. Now, a good friend of mine, Gina, at Patrick Cat's Place for Elvis fans, she absolutely loves these magazines, and I do also. I used to buy every single copy monthly, but I've stopped buying them because of space in my home. I only buy the copies that feature Elvis. So it's Vintage Rock magazine. So this one here is How TV Tried to Tame Elvis. This is not a magazine solely about Elvis, but this is Elvis on the front cover with a great write-up inside, I would say. And this is through Anthem Publishing. Anthem Publishing. The next copy on Vintage Rock, Elvis, the Ultimate Rock and Roll Icon Remembered, from the 68 special there. They had a different cover as well, and that was from Jailhouse Rock, the same magazine, but cover number 2. The next one of Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis, the Crowning of the King. But on the back here, it was showcasing the legacy edition of Elvis recorded live on stage in Memphis. And again, if you can't find these magazines online, just return to my channel and you will see where I've done individual page-by-page reviews. The next one, I've had this for a number of years, Elvis, just simply titled Elvis. And it says 25th Anniversary Commemorative Special. On the reverse, Elvis going into the gates of Graceland, the last image taken of Elvis Presley alive. And again, beautiful images of Elvis there. The next, I think this is possibly one of the first magazines I ever owned on Elvis Presley. That is without the Elvis Monthly magazines, like the little Elvis Monthly magazines that used to get released. I've got a load of them, which I won't have time to share with you today. But this was one of the first magazines I had on Elvis, The Complete Elvis. I do know that this is available on eBay. And again, this is so informative. As an Elvis fan, or if you're new to collecting the music of Elvis Presley, this has so much information inside on Elvis. It's an absolute must-have for any Elvis collector. And it comes with a king-size poster inside, which I've not even taken out. The poster is still inside, intact. I will not remove that poster. The Complete Elvis. Next, we have, again, from Vintage Rock, Elvis the Early Years. This is still available now. So this is a recent publication from Anthem Publishing via Vintage Rock. And it's an absolute great read on the early years of Elvis, how the King defined the 50s. Next is, now again, I don't know if this magazine is available worldwide. I don't know if it's just a British magazine. So if you could help me on that, please leave in the comments below. It is a magazine mainly that women would buy. I purchased this obviously because it was an Elvis Presley special. Yours Woman's Special Series Retro. Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll, a complete special on Elvis Presley. And again, I had to buy it. And you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed looking inside and reading it. Yours Retro on Elvis. Next is a men's magazine, Esquire. And this isn't all on Elvis. It's got a great write-up inside with great images of Elvis from the early part of his career up to the latter part of his career. But I love the image that they've used on the front here of Elvis. And this is summer 2022 issue of Esquire. Go to Google, type in Esquire magazine, summer 2022. Hopefully, you should be able to get a back copy of this magazine. Next, I'm going to go for it's one of my favourite magazines on Elvis. And it's an American magazine called TV Guide, but it's a special called This Is Elvis. Now look at that. See all of the mirrored type on the front, mirrored effect, sorry, on the front of this magazine. I don't know if you can get it there. No, it's really great. And This Is Elvis, special collector's edition, the life, music and legacy of the King of Rock and Roll. This also has a pull-out poster inside. Absolutely love this magazine. I purchased this from eBay a few years ago now. One of my favorite magazines. Next, again from Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis Collector's Edition. Vintage Rock magazine do absolutely great magazines on Elvis Presley. When you're talking about Vintage Rock, when they do collector's edition magazines, they are always mainly on Elvis Presley. Sometimes they'll do Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, etc. But mainly they will do them on Elvis. And this one here says, a sensual guide to his golden years, Up in Lights, Elvis at the Movies, Tupelo to Graceland, his musical roots, his style, his records and the women in his life, the King of Rock and Roll. Next is, again, from Vintage Rock magazine, Elvis at the Movies. Now, if you want to know anything about the movie career of Elvis Presley, but you're looking at having it in a magazine form, This is amazing. It talks you through every single movie Elvis Presley did, and it talks in depth about the movie as well. It's an absolute great magazine to have in your collection on the movie career of Elvis Presley. So Elvis at the Movies, Epic Elvis Movie Fest. And on the back, just showcasing other Elvis Presley releases. And I actually do not own any of them. Next, again from Vintage Rock Magazine. You'll see what I mean about Vintage Rock Magazine. A great publisher via Anthem Publishing, Elvis' Celebration. One of my favourite images of Elvis there on the front. The man behind the myth, 40th anniversary tribute. So this would be from 2017, this magazine. And on the back, these releases that I absolutely adore from the Memphis Recording Service label. Elvis, A Celebration. Next, Vintage Rock, The Final Decade Elvis. This magazine is not solely dedicated to Elvis. It's just got Elvis on the front cover with a great write-up inside on the final decade. Country hits and glorious gospel, essential tracks, studio secrets. And again, it says, plus Elvis 53 to 56 box sets. So again, I've not read this one in a while, actually. So I might look at reading this soon. Vintage Rock, The Final Decade Elvis. That image from my favourite movie, Change of Habit. Next, from Vintage Rock, Elvis Collector's Edition, The King of Rock and Roll. Very different from the one I showcased earlier. And what a great image of Elvis from the 68 special there. And 68 Comeback Special Show, Aloha from Hawaii, Elvis Fashion, essential guide to his Vegas years, and it's got 132 pages of pure Presley. Next three magazines are exactly the same magazine, but with three different front cover images. Now, I do want to get them in order, if you don't mind. Right, first one, again, from Vintage Rock Magazine, Elvis Collector's cover 1 of 3, The King in Concert, the image of the 50s. And you know what's coming next? The 60s, showcasing the 68 special. And then finally, the 70s, from Live in Concert 1972. So they are all exactly the same magazine, but with three different front cover images of Elvis. And being an avid collector of Elvis, I had to get all three. Next, again from Life magazine, Remembering Elvis Presley, The King Lives On. I think this one is older than the previous Life one that I shared with you. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Again, great image of Elvis on the front. Now next, again, I've got a 3-volume set. So, and this is again, these are from, again, Anthem Publishing. The Elvis Years, Volume 1, From Tupelo to Stardom. Again, Jailhouse Rock there from the 1950s, 3 parts. Volume 2, From Fort Hood to Hollywood. Final part is From Comeback to Final Days. Now this one, part 3, for some reason, was reissued. Volume, see what I mean? It was reissued a few years later. These two are exactly the same magazine. This is the first copy, that was part 3 of 3. And this is the one that they reissued just as a standalone magazine. But again, I had to get both of them, obviously. The next one, again, it's not got Elvis on the front cover. I purchased it because Elvis is part of the magazine inside. GQ magazine, the British GQ magazine, with Rita Ora on the front. But let me zoom in here, and it says at the top, "This Justin, Elvis Lives" by Dylan Jones. But it's it's a great write-up inside of Elvis. GQ magazine, and that is from August 2013. I just want to there is a couple more that I really want to share with you. That's one. Sorry for turning my back to you. I just really want to get the ones that I think you would like to see more of. So is it that one? I think it is, he says. It's that one, and I've got 5 more that I want to share with you. Well, actually, I'm going to put these 3 together. These are the miniature magazines from America, from TV Guide. And they've got 3 CDs on the front. So we've got TV Guide with Aloha from Hawaii on the front. I love these little magazines, stunning. Then we have from the 68 special. And then again, we have another one featuring Aloha from Hawaii. So again, you will see they're all quite small magazines, but again, great to have in your collection. The next one, Elvis Christmas Extra 1992. Now, I am going to say this is possibly the very first magazine that I had on Elvis, because I know when I got this, it was brand new. And again, 1992. So that's 30, coming up to 33 years ago. I just can't believe, again, I've been collecting Elvis since the late 1980s. And I think my collection, in comparison to some people who have been collecting the same amount of time as me, is quite small. But again, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, I don't really have a lot of space in my house, so I only really buy selected items of Elvis Presley that I really want to have in my collection. I mainly now just buy vinyl and the odd magazine. And book, etc. And obviously, if a CD comes out and it's a box set or it's a great CD to have, I will get that as well. The next is Elvis A Tribute. This is from, try and see who the publisher is. Let me look inside. Can't see. Oh, right. Highbury House Communications, PLC. It's an unofficial magazine, but it's got a great see these 2 images here forms part of a double-sided poster. I'm hoping you can see it all right there. But a great little magazine, Elvis A Tribute. Next one, again, it's got a lovely giant fold-out poster inside. Elvis 20th Anniversary Special. Now, again, this was purchased online via eBay. This is an American magazine, but again, I love this magazine. As I'm sharing these magazines with you, it makes me feel that I've just got to start looking through these again, because these are stored away in a plastic box under my bed. I very rarely think about looking at them, but I think I really need to start looking at these again. Elvis 20th Anniversary Special. The next, Elvis the Legend 3, and that is one of my favourite Elvis jumpsuits he is wearing there. And I love the image of Elvis on the front. And it says the official fan club memorial issue memorial tour, first details, fan club news and activities. Look at that. £1.25. I mean, how much would this magazine be now if it was released now? £9.99 more. And another great jumpsuit on the back there. Now, I've left my favourite magazine till last, believe it or not. Elvis Collector's Edition. Now, why is this my favourite magazine on Elvis Presley? It's just so informative. Great images inside, very well put together. On the reverse, 1950s image of Elvis there. Now, talks you through the movie guide, the early career of Elvis, the latter career of Elvis, all over from Hawaii, the 68 special. I sent a copy of this magazine through the post with some other Elvis gifts to my good friend Gina at Patrick At's Place for Elvis Fans, and she was so happy to get this magazine into her collection because Gina is like me. She absolutely loves collecting magazines on Elvis Presley. This is really rare now to get a hold of. I've got about 3 copies of this magazine because, again, I worked for W.H. Smith at the time that this was released. Now, W.H. Smith is a well-known retailer, and it's a retailer mainly of books and magazines, etc. But again, my favourite magazine on Elvis Presley, Elvis Collector's Edition. So again, that was a quick upload on part of my Elvis Presley magazine collection. As I said at the beginning of this upload, I know some people prefer shorter videos, some people like sitting through longer videos. Now, I do hope that this upload absolutely you watch all the way through. Now, again, if you are wanting to know more information about any of these magazines that I have just shared with you, again, do not hesitate to ask me in the comments below. I will always reply to you. You know I will. And again, 2025 is going to be a bigger and better year for the 100% Pure Elvis channel. What I do want to say to you all is, I don't know if you all know this, but when I film my uploads, I do it only on my mobile phone because, believe it or not, I do not own a laptop. But what I'm going to be doing soon, I'm going to purchase a laptop and I'm going to be doing the live feeds, which will be better on a laptop, do more bolder uploads, we'll do bigger and better things on the channel. And I really hope you come along on the journey with me. And again, I just wanted to sign out by saying, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. Please keep on reading about Elvis as well. Again, absolutely great to be able to read about this man who means so much to us all in our lives. And as always, lots of love, everybody. Speak real soon. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.